We're doing a Phillies WAR draft. Specifically, we're doing fWAR. There's two types of WAR. We're doing fWAR, which is from Fangraphs. Parker, can you explain to the people what WAR is?
Owen, I'm not the baseball guy. Why don't you go ahead and take it away?
I just wanted to see what you would say. WAR is wins above replacement. It is a stat that has its own formula, but there's two disagreed upon formulas between Baseball Reference and Fangraphs. There's a dispute. We're using fWAR because Fangraphs has projections of it for us to work off of for the 2025 season. So we're each going to be picking 6 Phillies, and that'll be our lineup. You have to have 1 hitter, 1 starting pitcher, and 1 reliever. Those are the only stipulations for your 6. And yeah, Fangraphs has how much they're projected to get in fWAR this year, but obviously that can change. So basically, for non-baseball people, we're picking which Phillies will be the most valuable this year.
The MVP, most valuable Philly.
That we are.
Nice, the most valuable Philly. I like what you did there. That I didn't know
That
what
was
you
good.
were gonna. I just thought you were gonna say most valuable player.
No.
So yeah, I have the first pick. Luke has the second pick. Parker has the third. It's a snake draft. So Parker will get the fourth. You guys know how these drafts work. So let's jump right into it. There are 2 guys that Fangraphs has projected for 4.6 fWAR in the Phillies lineup: Trey Turner and Bryce Harper. And then the highest projected is Zach Wheeler, starting pitcher, 4.8 projected fWAR. So there is scarcity with starting pitchers. There's only 5, and you do have to have 1. There's more options in the lineup. And I just think Zach Wheeler has been super consistent and healthy. And so this is probably the safe pick, taking the guy who is projected to have the most fWAR this year. I'll take Zach Wheeler, number 1 overall.
I'm very sad that I didn't get the first pick because I really do you want to trade? I'll take Zach Wheeler.
Maybe at the end of the draft, I'll be open to some trades, but
I really
right
wanted
now,
Zach
no.
Wheeler. I think, Owen said it all. Two of the last 4 years, he's finished second in Cy Young voting, and so I just don't see any way in which he regresses this year. With that being said, I feel like the number 2 here, I don't know, maybe to some it's not super clear. To me, it's pretty clear. Guy who's been consistent for the Phillies over the last couple of years, and that is Bryce Harper. Second projected highest WAR for the 2025 season, second highest WAR in the 2024 season. I didn't look back to 2023, but I think Bryce Harper is where it's at for the second pick.
You guys let the best player on the Phillies fall to the 3rd overall pick. How could you do this to Trey Turner? He is literally the best player on the Phillies. He has been for the last 5 years, and you just let him fall to number 3. I can't believe this. Trey Turner, he's projected 4.6 WAR. This guy is a fighter. You know, when we're talking about WAR, you want him in the WAR with you. He's a fighter. He always wins the battles. Give me Trey Turner, and then I get to go back to back. And you know who I'm picking with that 4th overall pick? Aaron Nola. Aaron Nola.
Good pick.
Absolutely insane pitcher. Yeah. And this guy, he's honestly on the same level as Zachary Wheeler. Okay? People think, oh, Wheeler's so good.
Is his full name Zachary? I don't know.
No, it is Zachary. It is, yeah. You don't call him by he's a formal guy. You gotta address him like that.
Okay, that's fair. Yeah. Sorry, honestly, I interrupted your Nola spiel. As a Nola fan, I shouldn't have done that. I love Aaron Nola.
Yeah. You're disrespecting Aaron Nola even now. Okay, Zachary Wheeler, he gets all the I throw the ball so fast. I'm the CY Young. Winner, chicken dinner. No, Aaron Nola, he's got more juice on his ball. He can throw. He stays healthy now. Okay, He had some history in the past of staying unhealthy. This season, though, he takes some heat off his ball. He doesn't throw quite as hard, but he's got every pitch in his bag. His WAR is going to be crazy this year.
Okay.
Good pick, Parker.
I really like that.
Might have been where I went with my second pick, but after doing a little bit deeper digging, I want to go to another pitcher who didn't take juice off their ball, but put some juice onto their ball, and that is Christopher Sanchez.
Nice.
He upped his mile per hourage up to about 98 this year. That's what he was touching, up from last year when he finished the team with the second highest WAR of the pitchers. Finished with a
Mhm.
4.7 last year, just behind Zach Wheeler.
He had a
Had a project.
4.7 last year.
He had a
That's
4.7 last
that's a
year.
lot.
Finished this, or projected this year with a 3.1, so not quite as high as some of the other guys, but I think that's just because he is underrated and underdogs perform in Philly, and I think Christopher Sanchez is going to be right there behind Zach Wheeler, Aaron Nola, maybe even moving. I mean, depending on injury, if something might happen to one of them, could move into a two slot in the rotation, but I think he definitely has that three slot locked up.
Okay. Most bet on National League pitcher to win the Cy Young Award this year, Christopher Sanchez.
Really? I didn't
So
know that.
a bona
I like
fide
that.
dark horse Cy Young candidate. I love that pick. He looked so good in the spring, and they just signed him to an extension. So, yeah, great, great pick. The Phillies pitching staff is going to be so good. Obviously, I got Zach Wheeler, so I'm looking hitter now, but the Phillies starting rotation looks amazing. So I'm not surprised that we've had their top three guys go off the board here. Okay, this is tough. I'm going back to the lineup, and the clear top two are gone. So now it's between the guys whose projections are in the upper twos. I'm gonna go with Brandon Marsh because he's
big
gonna be
beard.
given the opportunity to be the full-time center fielder. They're not planning on platooning him to start the season like they had been doing with him and Rojas. He's going to get a shot to just play every day. And I think he's going to take advantage of that opportunity. And WAR rewards defense. We know Marsh is going to play good defense in center field, valuable defensive position. And I'm banking on him succeeding, hitting against lefties enough that he keeps that position and then has a higher WAR than projected, partially just because he gets more playing time, and then also if he hits better, I'm banking on Brandon Marsh. I also just realized that because Ranger Suarez is on the injured list to start the season, he's not in this projection right now for the Phillies fWAR, or he's not in the starting rotation group. He's at the bottom.
Could be a pick for someone to go after that they might not know a ton of information, but he's there for the taking.
Because I was looking at it.
It's a risky pick. It's a risky pick, but could pay off.
His first half last year he was the best pitcher in baseball, and then it fell apart when he had a back injury. So it's a risky pick, but I'm definitely considering it. Could be a 6th round value. Right now, I've only made 2 picks, so I'm not taking him at number 3. For my 3rd overall pick, I'm going to take Kyle Schwarber. I think that this is a nice balance to my Brandon Marsh. Kyle Schwarber feels like a safer pick as a hitter. He's projected 2.7, same as Brandon Marsh, a couple of 2.7 guys. I think that Kyle Schwarber is going to be just a baseline safe one for me. He's not going to have an awful year. He'll just kind of keep my team average number afloat.
Yeah, I think that's a good pick. Kyle Schwarber finishing the top 4 for hitters last year for the Phillies. So some good stuff for you. Somebody who didn't finish as high with the Phillies last year, that I think he's coming off of an injury. Well, wasn't injured and missed games, but he was injured for the most of the season and played through it. But I think he's coming back this year healthy. I think he's coming back gunning for something, and that is Bryson Stott, projected 3.0 for WAR in 2025. I think he's going to be one of the best hitters on the Phillies this year. He's young, he's super talented. I think we're going to see him get a Gold Glove, Silver Slugger, maybe be in the MVP running, who knows. But I think that Bryson Stott is going to have one heck of a year. I think he's going to be really good coming off that, injury that he played through for most of last year. So I'm taking Bryson Stott with that, 4th pick, I think, or is that my?
I thought that he was gonna fall. I thought that he was gonna fall much farther, and I could snag him. Dang, that's a really good pick, Luke. I thought that he was gonna fly much more under the radar.
I wasn't gonna let Bryson Stott go for that long.
He's gonna have a really good season, I think. I completely agree.
Absolutely.
Bounce back season.
That is a sweet pick. You know what else is a good pick? Alec Boehm.
There it is.
I
Alec
love that
Boehm.
pick. I didn't
Where
think
is he
he'd make it
batting in the
back to
lineup
me.
this year? Where is it?
We'll see. Probably third,
4 or
fourth.
5.
Yep.
They're going to be probably going to be doing 2 different lineups based on righty or lefty pitching to them.
Yeah.
But top 5. Yeah.
And so how many RBIs is he gonna have?
Last
Like,
year,
probably
enough
1,000.
Not enough after Bryce Harper clears the bases before he gets up to bat.
Last
I
year
don't
in the
know
first
about
half,
that.
he had 70 RBIs
Yep.
and then had like 20 in the second half. Or
He had
30.
one of
He was on pace for
he was
100.
having one of the best hitting seasons on the Phillies for
Yeah.
the first half of the season, then fell off a cliff.
Him and Ranger.
And
Yeah.
and defense wins WAR.
Yes.
Defense wins the WAR, and he's gonna be the best defensive second baseman
Third
that
baseman.
the entire
Third baseman.
third baseman that
Yep.
the entire MLB has ever seen.
He's a
Wow.
great defensive third baseman.
Exactly. His WAR is going to be through the roof this year. Looking forward to him on my team. And then, this is probably my favorite jawline on the Phillies. Give me JT Realmuto. The guy
good
is
pick.
just an absolute stud. He plays the catcher position, best in the league. If you say otherwise, then you just haven't watched baseball. And I just love JT Realmuto. He's such a chill guy, such an honest guy. And he's got a weird form where he just goes like this and then goes boom and is efficient with it. Short, quick swing, quick hitters, bang, 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 touchdown. Or, grand slam. JT Realmuto. He's on my team.
Yeah, that's a great pick. And
I
at
agree
this
with
point-
I agree with the pick, and I agree with your statement about him having the best jawline.
Yes,
2 for 2.
absolutely. Really sad I didn't get Alec Boehm. I was going between him and Stott. Went with Stott. Alec Boehm is a great pick, Parker. 100% agree with that. Now we're kind of getting into the weeds of things here. We got through most of the top guys that are like, all right, they've got the best projected WAR, I feel like. So now we're starting to look a little deeper into some things. When I make this pick here, I think I'm going to have to go. I'm gonna take another picture. I'm gonna go with Jesus Luzardo.
Dang
I
it,
think
Luke.
that he was a guy. I keep thinking of, don't I? I think he was a great addition to the Phillies this year. He's not projected super high, and I think we can maybe say that that's because he hasn't played with the Phillies before. I think that's maybe because we can say that, he hasn't seen this bullpen before. But I think that he is kind of probably be in that 4th starter spot, and I think that that is going to be really good for him. Even especially with Ranger coming off of injury, they're probably not going to throw him into a starting role right away. So I think Luzardo is going to get some good outings. And he's got a history of some good stuff, and so I hope he can bring that to the Phillies and get my WAR game up there.
I'm very frustrated by that. You asked about at the beginning about a trade. I might be considering it now because you've back-to-back taken 2 guys that I wanted. So maybe we'll discuss a trade.
I'm feeling pretty happy with my team right now. I don't know if I want to trade with you.
Your team
Zach
is
Wheeler's
really
great
good.
and all. Zach Wheeler's great and all, but I don't know.
Yeah, dude. Jesus Luzardo and Bryson Stott were the 2 guys I was thinking I was gonna take here. So good job, Luke, stealing those, I guess. So we're pivoting. I want to go to the bullpen because we need one reliever, and I want to be the first one. I want to have the first shot at a reliever. So I am going to take Jose Alvarado.
No! Oh, no!
Parker's
Dang it,
favorite
Owen.
Philly.
Why would you do that?
He's
Oh
had an
my
amazing
God.
spring. They're saying he's in better shape. His command is better. He looked
my gosh.
great pitching in spring. He threw a bunch of strikes.
He's looked great every time
he-
he's ever pitched. He's never had a bad game.
He's confident. He's not always the word on him is that he'll get like down on himself after a bad outing. So that's still possible during the season that he'll have bad outings. But I think that Jose Alvarado is always dangerous, and so the fact that he's looked this good in spring, I think bodes really well for his season. So Jose Alvarado, my first reliever off the board, and then I'm gonna go back-to-back relievers, 2 relievers on my team for my 4th and 5th spots on my roster. And this one's tough because the Phillies have, I don't think that there's a clear, I think that at their best, Jose Alvarado at his peak is the best reliever. And then after that, there's like 3 or 4 guys that at their best are really good, but we don't know what version of them we're going to get. So I could play it safe and go with one guy, but I'm going to go a little riskier here and take Orion Kerkering. I think that he has a breakout season this year. And honestly, I don't have a ton to base that on. Just experience, really. He's had the stuff this whole time. So I'm banking on the bullpen being so much of a mental game, and just him having that experience. He's so young. He's still 24, but it feels like he's been with the Phillies for a while that we forget that he's only 24 years old. So yeah, I think the experience is gonna click for Orion Kerkering this year, and he's gonna have that leap. So I'm banking on him and Brandon Marsh to take jumps and getting more opportunities this year.
Yeah. Oh, and I had a very similar thought process to you. Go into the bullpen, and I was going between Kerkering and the other guy that you were gonna take, and that is Matt Strahm, and I will be taking Matt Strahm here. He finished as the 5th best pitcher in terms of WAR last year for the Phillies, and he's a solid reliever. Like you said, he's the safe pick. I feel like Kerkering can have a higher ceiling and a lower floor, but I feel like Strahm is the safe pick here. And you made my decision a lot easier because I was going between the two, and now I don't have to. So I think Strahm is going to be one of the go-to guys in the pen this year. I think he'll be dependable, and I think he's going to do a good job for the Phillies and a good job for me and my WAR team.
That is a great pick there, Luke. Oh, and I'm still mad at you that you took Jose Alvarado. And so in retaliation, I'm going to force a trade. You said when we started this draft that we have to have at least one of a reliever, starting pitcher, and
Hitter.
starting hitter on our team. I will leave that spot open. I'm going to be trading for Jose Alvarado, and I am forcing it to happen because my 2 picks are Johan Rojas,
That's
another
not how this
another
works.
pitcher,
That's just breaking
and
the
Max
rules.
Kepler.
That's not,
Johan Rojas
that's
is not
not
a
forcing
pitcher.
it.
And so I'm leaving the reliever position open
You can't.
because I am forcing a trade from Owen.
That's not forcing a trade. That's just breaking the rules.
Okay.
That's not.
Well, whatever. I'm forcing a trade. I will get Jose Alvarado on my team. And in return,
Okay, I'll
Owen,
take JT Realmuto.
I give you Johan Rojas.
No, that's what?
And Max
This is anarchy.
Rojas for Alvarado, it's crazy.
What are we doing? Honestly, their
Those are
projected
my 2
F4
picks.
isn't really that different, but I want Alvarado.
Yeah.
So
Best reliever versus bench outfielder who can't
yeah,
hit.
that's
There we go.
we don't have a commissioner to like enforce
Wait,
this
sorry,
rule. I
hold
thought
on.
everyone was just gonna play by
Pause.
the rules.
Parker, what were your last 2 picks? Rojas and who?
Kepler.
Max Kepler.
All right, so you could trade one of them in for a bullpen guy.
Alvarado.
But I
Not an
have
option.
Alvarado, so
He's
he's
not
not
on the
available.
board.
I'm trading for him.
That's not. If Owen doesn't agree to it, you can't trade for him.
Oh, and I'll give you everything.
Okay.
All right.
No, that's not.
I have Alvarado. Yes.
No,
Let's
Team is
go.
Jose Alvarado.
I take Jose over everybody. I
Then you
should have
should've
drafted
taken
him
number
first
1
overall.
with your first pick.
I know I should have.
Why
I
didn't
forgot
you
about
don't
it.
value him that much.
I
Who did
forgot
you take
until I
first,
started.
Parker? Trey Turner? You said you were amazed Trey Turner fell to you? Trey Turner for Jose Alvarado? I'll do that.
No, I don't want to give you just Trey Turner. I'll give you Trey Turner, Max Kepler, Johan Rojas, and Aaron Nola, as long as I get Jose Alvarado. I
Jose
forgot that we
Alvarado.
had to draft a reliever. Not gonna lie. So I want Alvarado.
Well, you can't have him, so
What?
sorry.
I give you everybody.
Parker, I know Tanner Banks has a lower projection, but he's one of their go. He's going to be maybe one of their go-to guys this year. It could be a
I think-
sleeper pick.
I think Parker would enjoy Tanner Banks like as a human being. He has a mustache. He's on their social media. He's a fun guy. That's pretty much it. That's what I know about Tanner. He's a lefty. Who doesn't love a lefty?
Okay, here
like
sleeper
Jose
pick here.
Alvarado.
Okay, so did my 2 picks just not count? Should I redo them?
Yeah.
All
Yes.
right. There's a guy low down on this list. He's a little hidden because you're not expecting him to go. But Jose Rodriguez, okay? I know he's got a 1 year suspension.
Who? What?
But but but
He's
think
on
about
the
it this way.
restricted list.
Yeah.
Think about it this way, okay? He has the potential to be training this entire year. What if they drop the suspension
Well,
and he just
his 1 year suspension started June 4th last year, so it would end June 4th this year.
okay.
So you want a half season of Jose Rodriguez?
I'm thinking about it.
What?
Is he a pitcher?
Is Parker just sabotaging
he's
this draft? No, he's an infielder. You
He's
still
an
need a
infielder,
pitcher.
so you can't take him as
He
your
can.
reliever.
He would just need to take a reliever with his next pick.
Oh well, yeah.
So
All right, I'm gonna actually throw away my 5th pick in honor of Jose Alvarado.
Parker, come on, make a real
No.
team here.
Okay, I'll beat you with 5 people. Okay, is that okay if I just don't draft a reliever in honor of Jose Alvarado and I'll draft 5 people?
Or just draft someone who's going to get a really low
you could just
WAR.
take somebody. Yeah. What?
No, I need to honor Jose. I'll draft Jose Alvarado even though it doesn't count. Okay, so I'm drafting him even though he's already drafted. Doesn't
I would
count
love for an
towards my
NFL team to do this in the NFL draft. They're like, the guy we wanted got taken, so we're just gonna honorarily draft him.
Yes, I'm
And-
honorarily drafting Jose Alvarado as my fifth round pick, and my 6th round pick.
Okay.
I'm gonna go with Johan Rojas. I just like him too much not to draft him. He's just too good on defense. So that's what we'll go there. I'll go with an honorary Jose Alvarado,
Just
and
a
I'll beat
void
you guys with 5 people.
pick. Luke,
Yep.
if Parker beats us with a 5-man team, we will never hear the end of it. He's
I know.
voluntarily choosing to handicap himself in the name
Because
of Jose Alvarado.
I will do this in honor of Jose Alvarado. That's right. I love my guy too much. Come on, Luke, you got this.
I know who I want, and the way this draft has been going, that you could take 3 guys that I wanted on my team. You could complete the trifecta. We'll see.
All right. This might be a riskier pick. I don't know if it's the right pick. It could decide the fate of this team. But it's somebody who I have hope for. I am going to take.
I feel like he's just stalling.
I can't pick. Why am I so laggy?
I don't know. Your camera's really
I
struggling.
am going to take. It's the cliffhanger with no payoff.
Can you guys hear me though?
Yeah, you're just a little glitchy. Your face.
All right. Well, my glitchy self is going to take Rafael Marchand.
Whoa.
Whoa.
A little
I have
bit
no
Catcher
clue
takes
who
a
that is.
catcher.
but I think I don't know. I think he'll be good coming off the bench this year. So
Possibly a
I
little
don't know, I
catcher
saw- I
bias
saw
in that one.
I saw a stat today. It was something like in. Actually, I don't remember what the stat was, but basically, it was Marchand was hitting really, really well in the minimal
Yeah,
amount of time
yeah.
that he played in the big leagues, and I think
Mhm.
that was like, all right, I think he could finish well. I mean, even last year, he finished just behind Johan Rojas, who started most of last year in terms of WAR. So,
Mhm.
and Marchand played with the Phillies for like barely a couple months. So,
Mhm.
I think
Yeah.
if he plays the whole season with them, and like even just looking at backup catchers, Garrett Stubbs actually finished behind Marchand last year. But
Oh wow.
I think, yeah, I think it was, I think it could pay off going between a few different guys and just ended up, thinking that that could be the way.
Okay.
I want to see who you take here, Owen.
Gotcha. I think Marchand definitely a risky pick, but yeah, could pay off. You're kind of, if JT gets hurt and he starts, then his fWAR is gonna go through the roof.
Yeah.
And catcher is a super valuable position. It's just, is he gonna get enough playing time to rack up enough WAR? I'm going with the guy that I was worried you were going to take, Luke, because it's the guy that you've been on since he joined the Phillies, Max Kepler.
Parker already
I
took
knew
him,
it.
I thought.
Yeah, no, I didn't take him.
No, remember, he voided that
Dude.
pick.
Oh, no! Parker, all your shenanigans screwed me over.
That was Owen's fault. Blame Owen. He took
He's
Jose
taken
Alvarado.
Max Kepler.
That was
I
not
vote-
my fault.
I vote
No,
we
I
make
took Max
Owen give
Kepler.
Parker Jose Alvarado, and I get Max Kepler.
No,
Yeah,
I
but then
took.
he went back and said, my fifth
Yeah,
pick
but-
is void.
But
My...
Parker should get Jose Alvarado, and I should get Max Kepler.
Yes,
How did you end
because,
up on this side, Luke?
Yeah.
No.
Because Owen
Because
messed up
I got
everything.
screwed over because of you.
That's
Right.
your
Because of
fault that
Parker.
you weren't paying
All right,
attention
Also
to what he
because of you.
picked.
Do we live in a
Sorry that I
democracy?
kept
Yes.
disconnecting from the thing.
Do we live
You
in a
were
democracy?
disconnecting while Parker was making those picks, though. That was
We live in a
after.
democracy. Yes, we live in a
Okay.
democracy. 2v1. Raise
What
your
is
hand if I
this
actually
draft?
vote
We
Jose
started off
Alvarado.
Shit. I hope Max Kepler gets hurt.
Jeez, you've been so positive about him all spring.
I am so positive about him. I thought he was on Parker's team.
Well, he was, and then Owen declined him and said, "No, you're not
I
allowed
would
to
have
draft
taken
him."
Max Kepler over Marshawn 10 times out of 10.
This
Well, and
draft
Owen-
is so messy.
I think this is Owen's way of sabotaging it because I tried drafting
I'm
Max
the
Kepler
only
and
one
Owen
who's keeping
declined
this
it.
in order.
Owen declined it and said, "No, Parker, you can't draft him." And then he just goes ahead and drafts him. This is Luke. We gotta boycott this thing.
No, because I still think I'll beat Owen with 5 guys and a bench guy.
How did this happen? This is all of our other drafts haven't been this chaotic. I thought this was going to be a fun, simple Phillies WAR draft, and now we've got.
Confident.
It all
You know,
started when you
No,
drafted
have
Jose
Max
Alvarado.
Kepler. I don't care. I am so confident that I'm going to beat you because I have a better team that I don't even want Max Kepler on my team.
Yeah,
I
take
look at our
that.
2 teams and I've got the better
Okay.
WAR team for sure, without a doubt.
Okay,
And
cool.
Parker,
I'll take Max
you
Kepler.
have an honorary draft pick.
You've
so I
got
don't know what
5
to
of
think about that, but oh, when you take Max Kepler, I'm still going to beat you, so I'm not worried at all.
Okay, I'm kind of like I don't know. This is not how I expected this draft to go. It went completely off the rails. Should we like re-record this? Like do a do-over draft? Like no one seems
Nope.
happy with
No.
how this went.
Stop.
This is
See,
the
you're trying to
draft.
take my guys again. You're trying to take my guys. I'm gonna beat you. I have the 5 best guys, and I'm gonna beat
this
you.
is
Okay.
raw
You're trying to
footage.
take my players
This
again.
is raw footage of Owen getting 3rd place in a draft that he had the first pick in.
And now Owen's trying to
Okay.
sabotage the draft because he doesn't like his team. He's trying to restart the whole thing. Look, he's
Yeah.
trying to take our
He
players.
realized he messed up because he didn't take, or because he took Kepler and Alvarado. He realized he messed up because they're not going to do anything,
Yeah, he should have let me get Alvarado.
and
All
he's going to
right.
lose.
We're messing with you, Owen.
You guys better be careful because I'm the one who clips this stuff. So
Oh no.
end of the season comes around.
Oh man. No, honestly, Owen's team is really good. I just wanted Jose Alvarado.
Did you?
Owen's
I had
team is
no
really
idea.
good, but I also genuinely think my team is better. So
Okay. Well, I hope you guys enjoyed whatever just happened over the last half hour. And yeah, comment who you think has the best team. Comment who you think were steals, who's overvalued. Yeah, this is going to be a fun one because we won't know until the end of the regular season who ends up having the best WAR team, and we'll add them up and see who drafted the most valuable players. So thank you guys for watching. Go Phillies! Season's about to start. That's why we're doing this. I don't
Yeah,
think
go
I said that
Let's
off
Phillies.
the
go.
top.
Go
but
Phillies.
Yeah.
I'm so excited for Thursday. I'm
Oh,
gonna
so
sit down on
excited.
my couch on Thursday and eat a hot dog and watch the Phillies play. I don't have any
That's-
hot dogs, but maybe I'll go to the store and buy one.
Go get some. Yeah, post it on the story, on the All Philly All the Time story. Be like, got my hot dogs ready for opening day. That's the content people
Yep.
want.
They
So-
call it America's pastime, but on Thursday it's America's now time. Let's go Phillies.
All right, let's end on that.